Lease versus buy. One of the biggest questions that most business owners will generally ask. And you can lease a variety of different products, plant machinery, cars, diggers, but generally on the whole, the one I'm going to focus on today is motor vehicles because it covers a cross gambit of most clients who'll be looking at updating their plant and equipment. The thing about leasing is that lease factors in two components, return on investment and depreciation. The idea is the lease company uses its money to purchase the vehicle and therefore leases that back out again to their clients as a way of recovering those funds. The depreciation recognises that the car is going to be written off over a period of time, and that depreciation then replaces those vehicles. And then of course you've got a cost of capital, i.e. the return on the money that's been spent in order to buy the vehicle. Most lease companies historically have used around 20% as that rate of return, which if you think about it when you come back to you purchasing a vehicle yourself, is around about the same thing. You get your own depreciation as well as you get a cost of capital when borrowing. Albeit at the moment, individual cost of capital can be significantly lower than what a 10 or 20% return could be. But as a general whole, if we look at what we're doing with a lease of a vehicle, let's say we purchase a $60,000 vehicle, not unreasonable in today's times. The lease payment on that each month is say $1,000 a month. So over a 3-year lease period, we would have paid $36,000 in lease. The difference between the purchase price and the lease payments is $24,000. The premise of a lease is this becomes effectively the trade-in value. So the lease company is factoring that a $60,000 car over a 3-year period is going to have a trade-in value of $24,000. Their view is it's going to be worth more than $24,000 as a trade-in. If it's less, then they start to lose money. If it's more than that, they recover some of that depreciation recovered. Now this could be exactly the same process that works in your own business. You can purchase a $60,000 car, have it depreciated, and it may have at the end of 3 years, a value of $24,000. There may be no difference between how you factor that into account as you do by going for a lease. The difference with leases is that at the end of 3 years, you may be inclined to say, I'll hold on to that vehicle. I don't need to replace that vehicle. Whereas with a lease vehicle, you drive the car in, you pick up a new one, and you drive out. So for people like me who change their cars quicker than their underwear, a lease is a better option. But for those people who hold on to them for a longer period of time, it generally works out better to purchase. There's also a general rule that says if your Ks are more than 30,000 Ks a year, you should look to purchase, and if you hold a vehicle for more than 3 years, you should look to purchase. So as a general rule of thumb, if your car's under 60 grand, you're renewing it every 3 years, and you're doing less than 90,000 Ks in a 3-year period, lease becomes a viable option to purchase.